If you have an espresso Vertuo coffee machine, you know the struggle with all the sleeves and the pods laying everywhere. This tiered coffee pod holder helps fix that. So let's go over the Nespresso FlagShip 4-tier pod holder. I'm gonna go over all the different features of this, compare this to another FlagShip holder, and then talk about who this is for, all to help you make a better informed buying decision. Okay, so let's have a look at this thing. So first thing we notice, it's not very wide. It is 5.4 inches wide. So this will fit on a lot of countertops. So I'll go ahead and turn it around here so you can see. So you can see the 4 tiers right here as well. So this is all metal, really solid construction, looks really nice, very smooth, has a matte powder coated finish, and it just looks great on your countertop. So then of course the shelves themselves. So go ahead and open those. So we have 2 sections per shelf, and you can fit up to 10 pods. So these are the coffee pods right here, and these are espresso pods. So if you do have the largest Vertuo pods, you'll only be able to fit 9 in each one. So, but for most, all the coffee and definitely all the espresso, you can fit 10 per each section here. So that's one entire Nespresso sleeve. So that's really nice that you can just load up one sleeve into here, okay? And the total capacity is 80. So again, 10 per section, so 20 per drawer, 4 drawers, 80 pods. And we'll have a look at a empty one here and one with one in, so you can see the different slots right here. We can easily just slot them in just like that. It's very nice to pull out the drawer. And it's also great if we look at the very back of the drawer, go ahead and flip it around. You can see there's a little foam pad so it doesn't smash against the metal frame here. So that's a really nice feature as well. Okay, and you also get stickers with your purchase. So they have a variety of flavors on here. So we can just add these stickers to the front of the drawer right here, which is really nice. We can also use a marker if we wanted to. And we also have blank labels that we can go ahead and use a marker on as well. Okay, let's compare this to another FlagShip Nespresso coffee pod holder. So this is the Carousel. So this holds 80 plus. We can have a look. We can turn the Carousel around, and it's just a completely different design. It depends on your counter space and exactly what you want. So with the Carousel, you can just see the coffee pods a little bit easier, and it's a little more colorful. And with the tiered system, it's a little bit easier to get out. You can just quickly grab one from the drawer. It's a little bit easier to put them into the drawer as well. With these, you have to slot them in individually. Of course, you have to slot them in individually here, but I just found it's a little bit easier in the drawer. This is also a metal construction, really sturdy. And you can put pods at the top, so you can fit in 80 plus. That's where you get the more than 80. All of the different sleeves on the side all equal up to 80 here. So it really just depends. There really isn't one that's better. It just depends on your counter space and how you want to access the pods. So who is this Nespresso pod drawer for? Really anyone who has a lot of different types of pods, who wants to save space on their counter and just wants a more convenient way to grab all the pods without having all the boxes laying around. So if you're someone who just has a single type of coffee, this probably isn't for you. It's really more for the variety as well. Of course, if you do have a single, variety of coffee, you can of course buy this as well. It's just more useful when you have all these different types of coffee. So in my opinion, this is absolutely worth checking out. It saves counter space. It looks great. It's really durable. It's really easy to load up, and you don't have your Nespresso pods and boxes laying around everywhere.